In a small, peaceful village nestled amidst rolling green hills and a gentle stream, lived an old woman named Teresa. Her cottage was small and humble, with wooden floors and a garden smelling faintly of fresh earth and roses. Teresa had no children to fill her home with laughter, and her husband had passed away many years prior. Yet she was not alone. Her constant companion was Roise, a tiny hen with soft yellow feathers dotted with black and a bright red comb. Roise was more than just a pet. She was family. She followed Teresa everywhere, her tiny steps clicking on the dirt path, trying to keep up with Teresa's slow, careful strides. Together, they made quite a sight for the villagers. Teresa with her stick in one hand and a small basket in the other, and Roise waddling faithfully beside her like a devoted little shadow. Life was simple, but Teresa loved it that way. Every day, Roise would gift her a fresh, delicious egg for her breakfast. She grew her own vegetables, picked fruit from the ancient trees in her yard, and lived quietly with peace in her heart. Each morning, as the sun rose and painted the sky with soft oranges and pinks, Teresa would whisper to herself, "This is enough. This is all I need." But have you ever wondered, what does enough truly mean? Can a small, quiet life hold more happiness than all the riches in the world? One chilly morning, as warm sunlight streamed into the little house, Teresa discovered something unusual. Lying in Rose's straw nest were not one, but two warm, smooth eggs. She paused for a moment, her wrinkled fingers gently cradling them. "Two," she whispered with a soft smile. "Well, how generous of you, my little friend." As always, Teresa boiled one egg for herself, half for breakfast, half for dinner. But with the second egg, she slowly made her way to the village market. She didn't ask for much, just enough to buy a handful of rice and a piece of palm sugar. The villagers quickly noticed the change. Some huddled excitedly, their voices buzzing like a disturbed hive. "You should sell both eggs, Teresa," one person said. "Feed Rose more. Maybe tomorrow she'll lay 3 eggs," another suggested. "Think bigger. You could buy 10 hens and start a business." But Teresa just smiled and shook her head. "One for me and one to share. That is enough." And true to her word, every day Rose gifted her 2 fresh, delicious eggs, and the eggs she saved grew day by day, week by week until she had many. She began to give the extra eggs to those in need. A poor family down the road, hungry children walking home from school, even quietly leaving them on a neighbor's doorstep. Soon, everyone in the village started affectionately calling her Egg Teresa. Yet, in a world where everyone seemed to want more, Teresa's choice posed a quiet question. What if happiness isn't about adding to your basket, but knowing when it's full? The weather changed drastically, bringing heavy, relentless, and fierce rain. For days, the sky seemed to weep, and the gentle stream near Teresa's house became a raging river. Fields were washed away, homes were damaged, and many families faced hunger, struggling to survive. The joyful laughter on the village streets turned into worried whispers. But Teresa, she had prepared in her own quiet way. For weeks, she had carefully boiled and salted the extra eggs Rose had laid, preserving them in glass jars. As the storm raged outside, Teresa wrapped her shawl tightly and stepped out into the muddy paths. House by house, she knocked on doors, leaving jars of eggs for families with little food. She never asked for thanks. She never sought praise. She simply smiled and said, "This is for you. I hope it helps a little." In times of hardship, generosity shines brightest. And Teresa's simple act of kindness reminded everyone of a truth they had almost forgotten. When we share what we have, even a humble egg can feel like a grand feast. When the sun broke through the clouds after days of relentless rain, the villagers gathered around Teresa's small home. They had witnessed her quietly giving away jars of salted eggs, helping family after family survive the storm. But some couldn't help but wonder aloud, "Teresa, why didn't you sell more when you had the chance? Why didn't you feed Rose better or buy more hens?" You could have made so much money." Teresa looked at them with gentle eyes, her hands resting on her stick. A warm smile spread across her face as she spoke softly, but her words carried the weight of a life well lived. "True happiness," she said, "isn't about gathering more and more. It's about loving what we already have and knowing when to share it. I only kept what I needed. The rest wasn't truly mine. It was meant to be a gift for others." And in that moment, the crowd fell silent. Even Roise, standing by Teresa's feet, let out a soft cluck as if in agreement. Perhaps that is the lesson we often forget in our rush for more. That true wealth isn't measured by what we keep, but by what we give away. Because when we lift others up, we too rise, and in the giving we find a peace that money can never buy.